Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. If you're new here, this is weekly tarot card messages. Pick a message 1 through 4 using your own intuition. I think that's very important to see what kind of energies may be showing up for you, along with some potential challenges and guidance and advice, with the intention that you can hopefully navigate your week ahead in the best possible way, having this information. For those of you that come here every week, I do want to mention that we have a very big, powerful, energized full moon showing up on the weekend in Pisces, and it's an eclipsed full moon. So there could be a lot of intensity that you start to feel this week. So don't be surprised if, unexpected things show up for those of you that, again, watch this in a weekly fashion. If you're somebody who doesn't, don't worry about the dates that these messages come with. They are timeless, because when you land on these was when you were meant to hear them. Those energies will be prevalent and relevant for you at that time. So don't get too caught up on the dates. But for those of you that do come here in a weekly fashion, I will have a full moon video connected to this lunar eclipse happening in Pisces. This coming out this week. If you're interested, you could have an eye out for that, because I do think it's going to bring in a lot of big energy that's going to be quite important and likely connect to the messages that are coming out today. So just a heads up. I also have an abundance meditation that I just put out in a new tarot video that is pick a message. And it's connected to your magnetic power at this time. So all these little things, if you're interested, you could have a look for them. Now, give yourself a second to feel into messages 1 through 4, and I will get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. Let's have a look and see what my beautiful message 1 choosers need to know. What kind of energy is showing up for them this week? Message 1. Oh, geez. 3 cards. All right. Well, that's interesting. That's a lot of cards. I wouldn't normally pick that many, especially for an overarching energy. But let's just roll with it a little bit and see if they connect. We have 9 of Cups in the reverse, High Priestess in the center, and 6 of Wands upright. Okay, and it feels like it's kind of painting a picture or telling a story. I feel like this message, this energy here, this overarching energy is saying to embody and embrace the energy of the High Priestess, who feels calm and certain and balanced within. Intuition is turned on, but their feet are also firmly planted on the ground, not allowing your emotions to get away from you, to get caught up in emotional, heavy energy. So there could be a little bit of turbulence, because we've got this 9 of Cups in the reverse, which suggests a lack of emotional stability at this time. But this is the message here, to embrace this High Priestess energy in the center. And if you can do that, it's sort of like you will reign victorious in this situation, whatever it is. You'll come out the other side, because this is the victory card. So really crazy and interesting what these 3 cards came out for you. To be even more interesting to see what else comes out beyond this. But I feel like that's the big ask for you guys. There's some emotional turbulence. Things have been topsy-turvy, causing you to maybe feel frustrated, conflicted, emotionally disconnected. But if we can use the energy of the High Priestess to keep, again, our feet firmly planted on the ground, centered, heart-centered, with our intuition turned on, because the High Priestess is very much connected to higher mind and spiritual connection, we come into this energy of victory. We overcome something, probably this emotional turbulence. But let's see what else is coming out for you guys. That's crazy. 3 cards. Message 1, I'm going to be honest with you too. I started to do your message and 3 cards came out the first time. And I had this thought, if that's just too many for an overarching energy for the backdrop here. And then it happened again. So I was like, okay, it's not too much. It's necessary. Look at this. Keep swimming. Emotional energy kind of being really prevalent right now. You are getting there, but it just takes time to arrive. You're in the flow, right? If you embracing this High Priestess energy, like she's sitting there. I'm going to just pull this card back out for a quick second here. She's sitting there looking so confident and centered. She has that moon-like orb above her head. Like, I am, You know what it is? It's as above, so below. I am balanced. I am aligned. I am connected to higher mind, spirit, spiritual wisdom, intuition, and my feet are also firmly planted on the ground. I am centered in all of this chaos and whatever this emotional dissonance is, I'm good. And it really feels like you have been embodying that. And if there's any temptation to allow yourself to lean too far into the emotional heaviness that you might be dealing with this week, just remind yourself of this, of this is where you need to be to get into this victorious energy. And this is sort of reiterating that. Keep swimming. You are getting there, but it just takes time to arrive. You're in the flow. It's just so funny to me that it says keep swimming, right? And Cups energy is all about water and emotions. Yeah. As best as you can, as much as you can stay in the flow of that High Priestess energy, it's sort of like it's even quicker passing through this more turbulent energy. It'll happen faster and you will come out the other side of this victorious. Okay, we've got a card that flipped right over. The Thinking Woman. There's a lot of feminine energy showing up here. And that's always connected to me to intuition, nurturing, creativity. So those things might be important for you as well this week. It's kind of, there's this like a bit of a highlight too. Okay, cards are just flying out everywhere for you guys. Financial constraints incoming in the side of challenge. Now I forget what I was saying. My apologies, message one. I think I need to just concentrate on shuffling your cards since they're flying out like crazy. You know what? I think that, oh my goodness, the Temple Path. The Temple Path. There's definitely this big message of getting back on track with something, using your creativity, your forethought, your intuition, but also your logical mind. Really that embodying that priestess energy of balance. Okay. Third chakra, Archangel Shamuel in the reverse. That's our power center. Yeah. So with all this feminine energy and water energy, and then we've got logical energy, right, with more masculine, financial constraints. This is making me feel that you have an opportunity to move through difficult energy that's causing a lot of emotions to rise up and come to the surface and be very frustrating and potentially destabilizing. Yes, that's going to be there. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It's going to be there. But you are coming into some sort of balance energy between that masculine and feminine, where you have the logic, the mind, the thinking, the creative inspiration to make things that are financially unstable more secure, to come up with solutions this week, to get back on the temple path where you're moving towards abundance, prosperity, stability, security, but from a heart-centered place. You're being offered a lot of opportunity to come back into balance and bring things back into harmony in some kind of way. It's going to be through you. But I think the big ask here is to not get caught up in the emotional chaos that you've been in, or that could be potentially coming, to keep swimming through it, to keep embodying that High Priestess energy and bring that sense of logical, practical energy in connection with your intuition. And I feel like it's going to happen for you naturally if you allow. If you don't engage into the emotional heaviness of the situation, it gets everything back on track. But there is a suggestion here, because this is in the reverse, that there is potential for you to kind of lose a sense of inner power if you're not careful. But I feel like if you're here, this is your heads up that no, you've got this, and you come out the other side, right? Victorious, as the card in the back here. Whew, this is very, what's the word I'm looking for my message ones? It kind of feels almost like a game-changing week potentially for you guys, like where a massive shift is going to happen or could happen. And this is the advice position, and it's saying to get back on the temple path, right? To embody this natural soul energy that you have of that high priestess is as above, so below, unbalanced. I can bring both things to the table and shift things and make things happen. It's very empowering for you who's watching this. Look at this. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you, right? Like there is victory on the other side of this hardship, on the other side of this frustration. And resources connects to that financial constraints, right? Money is a resource, but not losing yourself to the chaos of this particular situation is the big ask. And if you're being asked to be the one to embody this, that can feel really heavy and frustrating, like it's got to be me, but it's likely because you have the abilities, the gifts, the talents to shift this situation. So, I'm going to suggest doing some alignment meditations this week, or even just going for walking meditations where you feel really grounded and present so that you don't lose yourself to this situation and you do come out the other side victorious. Because I keep coming back to you, the individual watching this. You hold a lot of the power here, more than I think you realize. And there is an opportunity to bring your logic and your creativity, your intuition together to bring harmony to this more chaotic situation. It'll get you back on track, back in your power. And as this says, where you see the resources that you have and you move through it and you come out the other side victorious. I feel like I want to say to my message one choosers, hang on, stay strong within yourself and do whatever you have to do to stay present so that you don't lose yourself to anxiety or overthinking in this situation. All right, message one. I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week and find a way to stay really centered in your being, because I think if you do, beautiful things result after this harder energy. Take care, guys. Hello, message two. What do my beautiful message twos need to know going into this week? What kind of energy is showing up for message two? Message two. Ooh, Page of Pentacles. Okay. So pages are very connected to new beginnings for one. So something new showing up for you, likely connected to stability, security, career, or money in some kind of way, because it's pentacle energy, earth energy. But because it's a page, it's very new. It's very green. So it could be a new opportunity, something you hadn't considered. These things may be showing up for you. Also, pages are connected to messages coming through. So paying attention to subtleties and subtle messages that might connect you to resources or something that would bring in some sort of security, stability, opportunity, all showing up for you guys this week. All right, let's see what else comes out with that. Thought we were going to have some cards fall out there, but no. Many talents. You have a lot of skills to discover and use for good. Don't sell yourself short. Ooh, I love that as it pertains to this Page of Pentacles. It's because pages are also very evergreen and kind of like embrace a bit of that fool energy as well. Like believing the things that they can't see, but like getting very inspired because they have that youthful energy. And there's something to that here for me, for you guys, especially with the don't sell yourself short. If you can embody that like beginner's mindset and really look at all the many different gifts and skills that you do have and lean into the ones that feel the best rather than you think would just bring in maybe the most prosperity, I feel like it's like a win for you. It's the direction that you should take. You have a lot of skills to discover and use for good. Don't sell yourself short. That line really stands out to me. Really embracing like belief in yourself. It doesn't have to be the most practical thing for you to move towards it. I also feel like just offerings may show up for you as well this week. Message 2. But it's almost like you get to choose. You get to choose which one feels the best right now. Okay, we've got a card that flew out there. That'll be the first one. All right. Ooh, look at that. Door to Spirit. That's that offering energy. I love that. Like it's like something is divinely orchestrated or coming into divine orchestration for you this week with messaging, a new beginning, a new idea, an offering of some sort. And it's about moving towards the one that feels the best, even if it doesn't make the most sense logically or practically. It's definitely an energy I feel for you guys. Look at this. Oh, lots of financial energy. Woman holding a coin. Now it's coming in the side of challenge where it's been difficult for you. Maybe not. You haven't been recently able to connect to the best way to up-level your resources, your finances. You haven't had the forethought to consider the direction to take. It's been a challenge, essentially. But there's an opportunity for you to come out of this challenging energy this week. And it's divine. It's divinely orchestrated. It's coming through as a fated thing, it feels like for you guys. Okay. The garden and the gate. This is the advice position, right? From Spirit, suggesting that you need to get out of your comfort zone. There's some fear here, right? And garden is also connected to that earthy energy, pentacle energy, really fearing leaving our comfort zone and going towards the thing that feels really good, that we want for ourselves, but it feels not practical enough perhaps, or we don't know if we can trust it because we can't see how it's all going to work out. This is what you're being asked to do, to leave the comfort of your yard, of your comfort zone, of what you've known so far, and be willing and daring enough to venture out a little bit and walk through the door to Spirit, right? Because in order to receive this energy, we must be able to walk away from this energy, which is just what we know, right? Comfort, fear. So many of us have fear of change. It is very much a human construct to fear that which we don't know and not embrace change and kind of frame it as something that could be really good for us and exciting. So if you are able, find ways to connect to the energy of change in a positive way, because I feel like this is something that's been that you might have been stuck in for a long time. Like, I'm afraid to dip my toe into this pool of something new for fear that whatever the fear is, maybe financial loss for some of you. Okay. Okay, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, and that's connected to the heart. And this is what I've been saying, I think, from the start of this message. It's following your heart, allowing yourself to follow your heart and what feels good rather than what just logically seems like the right step to take. Allow yourself to step out of that garden, right? The garden and the gate. Open the gate. Walk through the door to Spirit. It's it feels like you've got divine timing at play showing up for you this week. And these are opportunities, and they feel fated and destined. And I don't believe that all things are fated and destined. We have the free will to choose. And I feel that there is this concern, my spiritual realm is highlighting, that you might not want to say yes to this opportunistic energy, this new beginning, to following your heart again, because for fear that leaving that comfort zone and what it could mean for you financially because of the unknowns. But, I'm coming back to don't sell yourself short. I feel like it's happening for you. It feels positive. It feels like yes energy. And perhaps you chose message 2 just as a way to confirm that it is safe for you to move towards this heart-centered thing. The thing that maybe isn't as practical seeming on paper, but feels best for you ultimately. It's a part of your purpose, your passion. It's what your soul wants for you. But I don't know. I get the sense that a lot of my message 2s don't necessarily allow themselves to follow their hearts as often as maybe you could. It's so funny because I did put out a tarot card video last week, and it was talking about, our magnetic powers and how we attract things to us. And one of the messages was somebody was connected to those that have many gifts and talents. I wonder if that some of you watched that. Let me know in the comments if any of you watched that video and you chose that message, because I feel like there's a connection. Look, see this. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. Wolverine energy, Wolverine blood runs through your veins, message 2. Yes. So this almost feels like maybe Spirit's hiding the fact that you don't feel good enough. Maybe you have a little bit of imposter syndrome. I can't do the thing that really lights me up from the inside out that my heart wants to do because I'm not good enough. I'm not skilled enough. I don't have what it takes. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. You are selling yourself short. You're tougher than you think you are. And opportunities are showing up for you to help you get back on your soul's path, it feels like to me, but needing to come out of our comfort zone, believing in yourself, not allowing insecurities to hold you back, or even fear of losing financial resources or stability. I feel like if it's door to Spirit, it would never steer you towards something that's going to bring that kind of hard, sticky energy of loss and lack and less than. Something to consider. All right. I think I will leave that there. Message 2, I really do hope that you give yourself over to at least consideration about these new things showing up for you and really listen to your heart, because I think you've got beautiful energy and opportunity showing up for you this week that's very heart-centered and soul oriented for you. All right, guys, I will leave that there. I hope you have a fantastic week. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. What do my beautiful message 3s need to know going into this week? What kind of energy is showing up for my message 3 choosers? Message 3. The Emperor. Okay. So the Emperor is connected to Aries energy, fire energy. And I don't know why I haven't said that about any of the other messages and what astrological signs they're connected to. But for some reason, I'm compelled to talk about it with this one, which makes me feel like there could be some sort of initiation that happens for you this week, or it's time to launch something this week, and know that it's about putting a structure around it, just as an Emperor would. Feeling really solid in it, making sure that you've got your blueprint and your plans, and then kind of just embodying that Aryan energy of going for it, doing the thing, having the strength, the fortitude to take action on something, and trust that you've got what it takes. You've got that Emperor energy to do it. It feels initiatory. Initiatory, is that the way I think I'm saying that wrong? Initiatory. Embodying the Emperor this week, though, is what I feel like you're being called to do, and embracing Aries energy of action and not overthinking, just going for it, just doing the thing. But let's see what else comes out for you guys. Celebration. You will get good news in terms of work or wealth. Angels have your back. Ooh, I love that. It makes me feel like a lot of you guys have been doing some hard work. You're really trying to do something, create something, whether it's an entrepreneurial thing or whatever it is that you've been putting time, effort, and energy into it. It feels like now is the time to take action on it, and that there's going to be reason to celebrate for you this week. Like reaping the rewards of hard work, seeing your hard work pay off in some way. And it says you will get good news in terms of work or wealth. Angels have your back. So if you've been tempted to press the pause button on something, move backwards, give up, this is your heads up from the universe saying, no, don't do that. You are so close to getting somewhere where you're going to want to embody and embrace the celebratory energy. Angels have your back. Everything is running as it should be. All things are in divine order. It feels like that for you guys. Aries energy is often warrior-like too. Like they will fight the good fight for themselves and for what they believe in. And I'm feeling like that's a thing for some of you too. Like if you need to stand your ground on something this week, or embody that warrior energy for yourself on your own behalf and what it is you're doing, I'd say absolutely do that in an assertive, non-aggressive way. Okay. So we will go like this. Man holding a coin, offerings, opportunities, financial situations changing, things coming in, right? We've got, you'll get good news. And that's just affirming this. So be open to this. Man holding a coin, getting good news in terms of work or wealth. I feel like there's two things here. Yes, there's going to be good news about something that will help bring a financial up leveling, but I also think there's an offering of some sort. And this need to be open to it. Okay. Staying grounded. That's that emperor energy, right? He's wearing the red robe too, right? Color of the root chakra, staying grounded, being present, having your feet underneath you. This is coming in the side of challenge. So it does suggest that maybe some of you have been feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, especially if things have been moving slowly for you and you're at this precipice of, do I jump or do I keep doing the work? What do I do here? And I feel like the big message here is to stay grounded, stay centered. Don't lose yourself to overthinking, worry, or anxiety, and don't make any hasty decisions about, doing an about face or a 180 of some kind this week, because it's like your ships want to come in, but you have to stay centered and grounded. But it's definitely looking like it's been a challenge for you. And there's that Archangel Michael too, which is warrior-like energy, right? He's the angel of protection. And, this says angels have your back. I think you're more protected than you realize. So maybe there's even something that shows up for you or has shown up for you that makes you feel a little unsafe, like you need to make a big change or do something different. But I feel like it's like hold the line, toe the line kind of energy. Yeah. Journey, moving forward, moving onward and upward, right? With this good news coming in, being able to move forward in a positive way. Like she's really happy. It's sort of like embracing the journey of the situation too, instead of getting caught up in the timelines of things and how fast or slow things are going. What do they say? What's that adage? It's not the destination. It's the person that you become on your way to the destination. It's the journey. And it's about embracing that kind of energy. But I also think that this is just sort of like a message of you're moving on and up in the world. That movement that you've been waiting for, wanting to see things actually start to come to fruition in some kind of way, that's starting to happen for you guys this week. Okay, we've got door to value, and it is the reverse. So a little bit of frustration here, right? This is the thing that could be throwing you off of your axis lately and making you feel like it's not happening quick enough. That door to value hasn't opened. I'm about to do that about face. This is just a strong message for you guys to not do that, to toe the line, to hold the line. It is a journey, to stay patient with yourself and your situation, to embody that emperor energy of keep taking action, keep, putting the hard work in, because this is your result. Celebratory energy. Angels have your back. You will get the good news that you've been waiting for so that this energy can turn around. So this might be that these offerings, these opportunities, this good news comes in this week, but it's not necessarily the biggest change. It's just the start of the change. So I just want to keep telling you guys to hold on and to not give up on this situation, because you will get to this. Okay, take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Interesting. So it's sort of like taking a step back, taking a breather, not letting yourself get so caught up in this, and that you might be moving into energy this week where these good things do come through, but you could lose yourself to this moment, maybe get into over planning, over structurizing, when really, spirits highly like, let's lean into the family energy first. There's something there. There's something to that, to the situation. There could even have been dissonance because of, the frustration around finances or money, but compassionate listening and being in your center, being in love and coming from that place of love can also soften your situation and have the tides turn faster to where that door of value opens up broadly. It almost feels like maybe some of you have been in discord, maybe within a partnership and around money, stability, finances, and you've been doing hard things and good things to fix the situation and work on it, but maybe that heart-centered energy has been a missing element here, and you have an opportunity this week to rectify that. Again, moving this energy forward faster. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. This journey card really has me sucked into it. Like, offers opportunities, movement, journeying towards something new, perhaps for some of you. This is general, but I do think that might be a thing for you that would feel really good, even if it's a little bit fear-inducing for some of you. And especially for family members where you need to take time to listen to their woes and concerns, but ultimately coming back to it's time to move forward with this opportunity, and it's going to bring value into the family, into the finances. There's something about that I'm getting a little bit lost in. Okay. I am going to leave that there. And I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week this week. Take care, guys. Hello, message 4. What do my beautiful message 4s, need to know going into this week? Well, there it is. Ooh, nice. The World. Love that. So this sort of always makes me feel that when it shows up for people as an overarching energy, it's about embracing something new, trusting that the tides are turning in your favor, especially if you've been in difficulty, where you now have the world at your feet. The world is your oyster, and you can have a new beginning of some sort. It just feels like everything's coming into better balance for you now to move forward with a thing, a person, a situation, and that you can trust it, that things have come into better balance for you. And I'm noticing those lions down there. So there's something about heart-centeredness, bravery, courage. I almost wonder for some of you, it's about putting yourself out there in this way and understanding that divine timing has been at play and things are lining up for you in a synchronistic way where you can move towards that person, that situation. Like things are just being made new in a really positive way. Let's see what else comes out with that, though. Opportunities. I don't know why, but I keep thinking about fated meetings for some of you. Like a chance meeting is not mistaken. It's not by mistake. It was fated. I don't know why. Maybe that's just a message for some of you. Simple living. No worries. Everything that you need will be provided. Enjoy your life. Yeah, I feel like some of you have been through some hard stuff. And when we've been going through difficult things, especially when it's in connection to anybody, community, partnership, person, there's 2 mice here. So for some reason, I feel like that might be a thing. We kind of have this new energy or an energy that has been created in us where we're a little bit more tentative, always on the lookout for something to go wrong or sideways, feeling like we can't fully relax in case that other shoe drops, so to speak. And you're about to move out of that energy and you can trust that it's dissipating and moving into this simple living, enjoying the little things again. No worries. Everything that you need will be provided. Enjoy your life. You feel like you can really relax your energy now and exhale and breathe out and move more into lightheartedness. Those 2 mice, I definitely Maybe some of you are going to have an up-leveling or a healing in a connection or a romantic partnership. For others, it might be an opportunity to meet somebody new, but just to enjoy your connections more. It's sort of like that tougher cycle's coming to an end, and you can trust that it is, and relax your barriers and your heart and your mind. Yeah, healer of the ages. There is definitely a healing that has taken place, and maybe you're going to have a difficult time trusting that that's happened. But there's a lot of support for even more healing, almost like that final bit of healing to show up for you this week. And it's about relaxing your energy and allowing it to come through, trusting that this new up leveling in connection or a situation, or just for you personally, is showing up for you, and that it's going to bring this simpler life living energy where you can feel more relaxed to do the things that bring you joy. You can feel more relaxed in your partnership, or to move towards a connection. I don't know why I keep coming back to that. Yeah, this is why. Because happy family in the reverse, also on the side of challenge. So a couple of things with this. It's on the side of challenge. So upright, it would be saying, yes, there has not been a lot of joy or positivity on the home front. Things have been hard. They've been sticky. Maybe people not getting along. Maybe you and your partner not seeing eye to eye. It's coming out in the reverse, suggesting that this challenge really has come to a close. Maybe not fully, but it's about to come in fully. There's a healing, and the final piece of healing that's being offered to you. This is no longer the issue, even if it feels like it is in your heart and mind. And maybe there's some guardedness or lack of trust that it's really okay now. But strong message here from the universe saying it is. This is why it's reversed. It's not the challenge that it once was, and you really can trust and believe that. Oh my gosh. Angel of balance. Yeah, guidance. Trying to find your center in this, and the emotional upheaval that you've been through, and the hard things that you've had to deal with, that I think has caused a lot of tension on the home front in your partnership, just with the people that you care about. This is all shifting now. You can trust that it is. I think that a lot of you are probably having a hard time with that, having a hard time finding your balance and regaining your footing within this situation, and just really trusting that it is going in a better direction now. Maybe look up some meditations for healing out pain and coming back into balance and self-love. There's a lot of different ones that are coming to my mind, like doing a chakra balance and alignment. That would be good for you personally, but I feel like there's something maybe from the past, finding something online, even if it's just like a TED talk, so to speak, about how to let go of what's been so that you can fully embrace a new beginning with a sense of trust instead of fear. That's kind of getting deep. Yeah, attachment. This just makes a lot of sense to me that it's saying attachment, because we're attached to what's been. Even when it's difficult, we can stay attached to that for fear of that, because it's sort of a defense mechanism. I always want to be prepared that all this could go sideways again, that I'm not really out of the hardship and the turmoil, and detaching from what's been has been really difficult. It's really just painting a picture of the truth of the situation, which is you're heading into much more beautiful energy and a new beginning that clearly is hard for you to fully trust, embody, and believe, where simplicity is being offered, joy for life is being brought back out, but it's been difficult for you to reconcile this, that's actually true, that you can relax barriers and defenses, that you can detach. But that's what's being offered up for you guys this week. A recalibration, a rebalancing, that final piece of healing. But I do think that there's a lot of difficulty for you here in trusting that and believing that and seeing that. But you're being offered this balance in a big, big way this week. Look, it's on the bottom, angel of love. Yeah, I think definitely some of you have had a hard time in romantic partnership and connection. That usually does spill out into the family unit, but you're being offered a recalibration here, a new beginning, a redo, a start over, Love wanting to be brought back out and embodied and embraced fully. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but it really is true for you. You can trust this. You can allow yourself to lean into more joy and lightheartedness and slowly detach from the things that have happened, what's been said, the pains from the past. That is so hard. I feel for you, message 4, but it's entirely possible. And it's definitely what's being offered up for you guys. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. Okay, so another little piece of the puzzle here for my message 4 is you might be fearful of almost this reinvention of trusting that things are coming back together, that the family unit can be healed, that you can maybe even trust your partner again in some kind of way. And there's this opportunity to lean into this fully with heart open, but it's up to you whether you take it or not. And it's suggesting to act on this opportunity for more love, for more balance, for more heart-centered living again, simplicity being restored. There could even be, because this is general for some of you, there's some outside opportunity that's coming in that's also going to feel really good and bring in joy and lightheartedness and simplicity to the family unit in some way. So just being open to that. All right. I'm staring at this card is far too long, so I will leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week and can find a way to allow this healing to be fully embodied and embraced, because my heart feels very like tingly thinking about it. If you do, like the joy that it brings, the heaviness that's removed from your body and your heart and your soul, it feels like it would be so good for you. All right, guys, I really am going to leave that there. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Take care, guys.